Hey, you guys, it's your boy Josh Vision. I'm here to bring to you my Empire Season 3, Episode 3 review. The episode was entitled What Remains is Bestial. So, pretty much going back, a little bit of rehashing of what happened last week. We had the arrest of Andre when he was accused of trespassing, you know, on some lame charge, even though that's where him and Wanda used to live, their apartment. So he got arrested and beat up by the cops. And obviously, that situation touches on a lot of the mistreatment, the murders, as well as the arrests of young black males, throughout the country. The past year or two or so, that's really been getting lots of media attention. Another thing that happened this episode is that we had pretty much Cookie give Lucius the dealio, pretty much saying that they're done and that they should have a cordial relationship. That she deals with the music while Lucius, pretty much should deal with the business aspect. So, oh, and also Jamal, pretty much Lucius, during I believe Angelo, Angelo's woke thing he had over at Empire. Pretty much Lucius pretty much kind of baited Jamal's performing. It's pretty much to prove a point that Jamal has a problem. He still has PTSD, and that he has to get that dealt with ASAP. And Jamal finally admitted by saying, "You know what? I'm scared. All right, just Lucius is. Lucius always loves to be right. So let's get to what happened in this episode of Empire. So pretty much in this episode of Empire, we start off with Lucius pretty much telling Cookie that Empire Extreme needs some new content. And right now, obviously there's nothing to be had, and he needs at least five. He needs at least 5 songs by Friday. And Cookie's like, "All right, Lucius, okay, I'll give you 5 songs." And then Lucius mentions about releasing Jamal's Black and White album. And Cookie's like, Jamal doesn't want that to happen. Lucius like, "I don't give a damn. Like I mentioned before, Empire Extreme needs some new content. We ain't got shit right now. So tell Cookies." So once again, Cookie reaffirmed that she's gonna get the 5 songs by Friday. And I believe Lucius also mentions that the 5 artists that's able to give you the 5 songs, whoever's able to do it, he had at least, I believe, 5 or 6 keys to like new cars and all that shit. But yeah, so after that, we have Cookie pretty much saying, "Lucius, you know what? I'm gonna do what you said, but that's got to come after I have my little date with Angelo, who she's apparently interested in as of right now." So she's all like, maybe he can warm something later. And Lucius is all like, "What do you see in that Oreo?" So after that, we have the scene of Andre coming out of the police station. He has his lawyer, who I believe his name is Max, and Andre's lawyer says, "Listen, don't go all Black Lives Matters on me. You know what I mean? Just keep it cool, calm, and collected." So Andre agrees, and he puts his hood over his head. So at one point, we have the reporters, uh, pretty much a myriad of reporters, just really getting at him, saying that, "So, Andre, do you think that you're following your parents' footsteps, knowing their history, doing criminal things under the law and all that crap?" And I think at one point, Andre was like, "Listen, I ain't nothing wrong. This is the same injustice which is happening to all black youth, black men, all across the world right now. Well, all across the United States at this moment." And then we see Rhonda, and Rhonda's there, and I'm like, "What the fuck, Rhonda? Ain't you dead?" They still didn't give you a funeral. Still, still did not give her a funeral. But whatever, that's not either here or there. So she says to Andre essentially that if she was there, this wouldn't have happened. Now, I'm not gonna say that maybe because she's white, that she was white, whatever, that this would have happened. I think she pretty much meant that if that probably might be the reason, because the Mez would have nothing to do with it because he didn't act that ridiculous. But yeah, he didn't act ridiculous at all. So the next thing that happened is that we see Tyreek and his soon-to-be partner went outside of the Empire Club, whatever. It seemed like there's gonna be a big event. There's a big event happening. We see Tiana, and we see this new character, Graham, who's played by Little Romeo. Damn, I don't think I've seen Little Romeo since Nickelodeon. That was like at least a decade, probably 12 years ago. Damn, it's been a grip. Anyways, Tyreek says that Romeo's character Graham, that he used to run the Uptown Mafia, and now he's with Empire, something along the lines. And he also mentions the fact that I think his partner mentions that what's the big deal? Why are we going after Lucius? He already pretty much escaped his charges from last year. And Tyreek's like, listen, Lucius done some other shit. All I gotta do is just just dig up some more dirt, and we could charge him for one of the numerous shits that he's done over, I would assume, the last 30 or so years. But yeah, so we get to this performance. We see Tiana performing with Graham, whatever, who is literally, I think, their boyfriend and girlfriend at this moment. And it was, what happened was really unexpected. You see Hakeem, he's chilling with his homeboys, whatever. He's chilling with Lucius, Jamal, and Cookie, in their little corner, that they always have during performances. And Lucius and Cookie are pretty much, well, Lucius tells Jamal he needs to get his ass back on stage, doing what Tiana's doing. Because since he hasn't been on the stage, his popularity has dropped. The sales have dropped for his previous album, all this shit. So he has to perform. The Cookie's all trying to defend him all, like she usually does. But I agree with Lucius. You have to perform at some point. But, and, not, he's at least getting some help. Well, at least he took the advice to get some help. But yeah, so anyways, we have Tiana and Graham just cold body diss Hakeem. Like, and Hakeem, when I'm looking at, I'm like, where did this come from? Like, Hakeem didn't do anything to Tiana for her to be on this, like, really, like vindictive spewing shit. Like, and after, Hakeem's angry. And like I said before, I don't blame Hakeem. You're going to disrespect me in my family's club in front of all these people when I ain't even do anything to you? So, anyways, Hakeem is heated. Not just at Tiana, but at Graham calling him something and all this shit. So Hakeem's in the back. He got a bottle. And he's telling Jamal, yo, fuck that dude. Let's square up. Let's do the ones, whatever. That's my girl. That's my girl. And Jamal's like, yo, calm down, man. She ain't your girl. Well, she ain't anymore. And fighting ain't gonna solve anything. And Lucius comes from out the darkness, like Satan usually does. And he says, your brother's right, Hakeem. Fight ain't gonna do anything. You need to pretty much throw some napalm in this track against AKA Graham Cracker, and that's how you get your revenge. Jamal's like, I'm not hearing this. Jamal leaves, and Lucius is like, it's always best to let the world hear what you have to say. It makes the revenge even sweeter. So, another thing that happened in regards to the storyline of this episode is that Zane, one of the kids, and Angelo's woke program, who's a very promising, one of the very how can I put this? He's one of the top kids in the program, and obviously he's a talented rapper, as we see in the previous episode. And Lucius is trying to basically make Zane join Empire, and also give some content, because this is pretty much what Lucius wanted this entire episode. He wants the fucking content. So when Angelo finds out about this, Angelo's heated. So he takes it out on Cookie, saying, listen, the world is either a rapper or a hustler. And he says to Cookie, Cookie's like, okay, bye, boy, bye. She wasn't having that disrespect. But Angelo's like, listen, I'm sorry. Can you come see what the kids are doing? And he introduces her to this Black Girls Code, something that Zane's ahead of. And it reveals the fact that there's actually 1 million jobs in this country that people don't know about. And that it pretty much shows that Zane's in charge of this program, and that Zane is very talented, and that he shouldn't want, to just be a rapper. Especially the fact that I think he's going to MIT, something like that, which is a very prestigious college, one of the top colleges / universities in the world. So now Quick can understand why Angela was really going at her neck. But you know how Cookie is. She had to let the dude know, I ain't tolerating this shit. So let's go to Lucius and Anika. So we have Anika knocking on Lucius's door and pretty much telling Lucius, listen, can I leave the house? It feels like I'm a prisoner here. Lucius is like, listen, you call this a prison, this shack, this mansion, we pretty much have maids for days, all this stuff, you know? And plus, you're taking care of my granddaughter. That's no small task. And she's all saying, I just want a little bit of freedom. And Lucius like, listen, nah. And they try, and then they sort of briefly talk about the subscriptions on how Lucius needs, I think, Lucius needs at least 10 million subscriptions. Or he'll be out, or he'll pretty much be like, he'll lose like $50 million, something like that. And while they're talking about it, Lucius is getting head by this chick. So disrespectful, Lucius. So disrespectful. In my Stephen A. Smith voice. But after that, you know, in regards to this storyline for this episode, pretty much, I believe Anika speaks with Grandma, you know, Grandma Lion, much later in the episode. And Grandma Lion is literally like, why aren't you supposed to have Bella? Why is Juanita having Bella in her arms? Aren't you the mother? And Anika's like, aren't you supposed to be sedated or dead? And then Grandma Lion is like, you know what? My mama used to have voodoo dolls which used to stab for people like you. And Anika smiles at that, you know. So after that, we see Anika pretty much pull Lucius. She sees this UPS dude, and she brings him to the office, and she gets her shit eaten like cake by this guy. And when Lucius finds out by his mom that Anika is in the office, he doesn't know that this is going on, obviously. And we are led to believe that something was going on because Lucius' mom was smiling. So when Lucius sees what's been done, you know, he gets his pistol, be like, oh, so now you want to leave now? Now you want to leave? And after this, Anika lays down the law to Lucius. She's like, listen, you aren't controlling me. I'm the one that said everything by marrying your ass. And the reason why she didn't pretty much link up with Tyreek because she didn't want her daughter to basically be raised without a mother. So she pretty much says to Lucius, here's the deal. And one of us, if I go down, you're going down. So we both gonna die, motherfucker. It's not just gonna be me that's gonna die. So I just enjoyed how, once again, it seemed like Anika wasn't really doing anything. The last part of season 2, and even the last few, the first episodes of the season, seemed like she's returning back into prominence. You know, so that's pretty cool. So let's get to the whole Hakeem thing. So Hakeem is in the studio recording a diss track in response to what Graham and Tiana did, and the track's hot. You know, so far these first 3 episodes, Hakeem's been going straight fire with these tracks. You know, but Nessa's not really feeling it. Nessa's like, you know what? I understand that she kind of forced it and she dissed you along with Graham, but come on, I'm not gonna be trying to be dissing no woman. And Sean's like, you better get your ass in that studio, girl. And then Nessa gets up, and in a way, it's like she kind of steps to Shine, but at the same time, it's like she's trying to get to the booth, but she's being like mad, like disrespectful, according from the way I viewed it, in terms of how she dealt with his demand. But this dude forced it by grabbing him by the throat, and even Hakeem's like, chill. And when he grabs her, like after he lets go, it's that shock, whatever. And we see from the first 2 episodes, whatever, that it seems like Sean is very possessive of Nessa. She knocked out a nigga for looking at Nessa's ass. And when it comes to Nessa, it seems like Sean's been more violent, you know, than usual. And it doesn't seem like he abuses her, but maybe that's a possibility. So Nessa bounces. You know, Hakeem be like, yo, come here, Nessa. You know what I mean? And Hakeem's like telling Sean, was that necessary? Was that really necessary? And after that scene, we had Hakeem pretty much tell this to Lucius. And Lucius like, are you sleeping with her? Hakeem's like, nah. Lucius like, well, that ain't your battle, son. And he said pretty much cold, heartless, but true. Listen, Sean Sean's doing what I need him to do and what I wanted all of you to do. I need at least 5 songs by Friday. And instead of you being a little bitch and talking about this whole issue, you need to bring that monster back. The monster that almost dethroned his own father. Where's that monster, Hakeem? Hakeem's like, it never left, old man. But I ain't gonna choke no girl, because that's bitch tendencies. So, once again, that's what I'm talking about. When people say Hakeem, he's immature, he's a horrible character. Hakeem's growth has been monumental since the beginning of season 1. And especially when it comes to these episodes, especially about him not choking a girl, because that's just bitch tendencies. Because it's true. You know what I'm saying? He's much more calm, collected, and he's a much better character, and he's much more likable in this season compared to season 1. Like, come on. You got people still bitching about it. It's like, come on. He ain't Justin Bieber no more. Damn. Fuck. I'm trying to think of someone else to compare him to. Oh, well. Anyways. So, we have the whole situation with Andre, and Andre's at court. Jamal and Hakeem come, to support him. Jamal says, after this, we're going to get your jailbird ass. We're going to take him out. We're going to take you out for dinner or for lunch, whatever. It's food. And it turns out the charges that Andre had for misdemeanor, which simply would have been just, pretty much dispersed, whatever, because he didn't do anything wrong, whatever. The lawyer said it was an easy, walk in the park. Turns out Andre's now charged with aggravated assault, trespassing, and assault against an officer. And the judge is just a dick. She was an asshole, talking reckless as shit, like talking to Andre like he's stupid. Then after this, when they're leaving the court, Max says to Andre, Hakeem, and Jamal that, listen, the best thing you could do is order like a plea bargain, probably do some type of plea bargain deal, and at best you'll do probation. And Andre's like, listen, I'm not going to do this shit because I didn't do anything wrong. He's like, Max, you know me. We went to college together, man. We're best friends, whatever. You went to my wedding. And this is when the best scene starts to happen, and the whole episode happens. Lucius comes. He scoots them all up. And he has a driver take them all by their own neighborhood, the streets, the hood of Philly. And he lets all his sons know something. He's like, listen, the first law of nature, son, you guys, is self-preservation. In this world is kill or be killed. At first, I used to think, I think he said, and I think I made you guys soft by moving out the hood, whatever, by having you guys be pretty much a paradise in those gates and being privileged, He said, first, I thought, speaking to Andre, I thought you were bipolar. Jamal, I thought you were gay. And Hakeem, I thought you were just spoiled. But I realized something. Y'all don't know you're black. And I got news for you guys. If y'all keep thinking like that, y'all going to end up like Philando, Trayvon, and Freddie. Just another hashtag. Best believe that. And then he mentions about white wives and white lawyers, and that's when Andre just snapped. He's like, you think I don't know what it's like to be black? How dare you make fun of my dead wife? And he tells Lucius, once again, if you don't open this damn door, I'm going to break this motherfucker off the fucking hinges. So, and then Lucius is like, so you want to go outside and get your ass beat again by the cops? And be in the system once again? It's hard to get out the system as a black man. And Andre's like, once again, repeating himself, and Lucius let him go. And Jamal went after Andre, and surprisingly, Hakeem stayed. And Lucius says, so, aren't you going to go with your little sisters? Hakeem's like, no, man. I got some fire for you. Let's get it. You can tell Lucius is proud of Hakeem. And I think that was a really pivotal scene because it shows, once again, I think this is necessary. Even though Lucius can be an asshole, you know what I mean, a dick and just evil person, this was a very necessary point to make to his sons because they're all going through, all three are going through different struggles and all this shit. And this has to be said because this is the only because sometimes the truth hurts, the truth stings, but it can help us move forward or help us with our struggles that we're going through at this time. And Hakeem, like I said before, he had to respond. He had to respond to that bullshit. One, that shit was unprovoked from Tiana and Graham. And he made sure he made them motherfuckers. Oh, he dissed the shit out of them. That was like Hakeem's version of hit him up. He used Tiana's vocals against her. It was cray. So that was done. And then Lucius, I believe early the episode, Jamal convinced Lucius for him to do a live stream / performance in the studio with Kitty. And Kitty is obviously Mariah Carey. Instead of Lucius trying to release his Black and White album. That became a success because Jamal took so many fucking pills, but whatever. You got, as long as you get the job done. And then Lucius said, you know what? That boy is high as a kite, but it sounds good. And in regards to Andre meets Tyreek damn near the end of the episode, and we find out that it wasn't because of racism Andre got, what happened to him. It was all because of Tyreek. And Tyreek pretty much was trying to use this as leverage for Andre to turn against his family. And Andre's like, listen, I ain't going to do it, uncle. And Tyreek's like, you know what, nephew? You are just like your father. But you know it's hard as a black man to get out the system once you're in it. But you're no ordinary black man. You're a lion. Prize game. I'll be seeing you, nephew. Let's see how long you can resist. Short scene, but brilliant and great. And then we end the episode with pretty much Lucius actually releasing Jamal's album, but not in the way in which you would think. It wasn't Jamal's Black and White album. Pretty much he released the Blackout. Pretty much the songs that he produced. Due to a marketing that he had earlier in the day, and it was a genius plan, whatever. You know what I mean? So he's releasing Jamal's, pretty much half the songs on the Black album. So whatever. So Jamal's pissed, and Cookie's pissed. She was saying, why are you doing this, Lucius? And Lucius like, listen, since you left me, I feel a hole in my heart, and everyone's always demonizing me, saying I'm the devil, all this shit. You know what? I got feelings. And Cookie's like, well, you don't show it so well, Lucius. And Lucius pretty much tells Cookie, you know what? I'm going to take back my company. I'm going to take it back, all of it. And Cookie's like, listen, the board's on my side, and I own half. We're 50-50. But if you want to play, let's play. And Lucius like, all right, it's on. Let the war games begin. So that's all I have to say. Actually, no. I'm going to say some likes and dislikes. In terms of this episode, I really like I mentioned before, I liked the scene with the three brothers speaking to Lucius. I thought it was the best scene. I think tough love sometimes works, and reality checks as well, because it helps most people thrive. It's like diamonds. Diamonds don't form unless there's some pressure, some struggles against it. I really disliked that Tiana Graham scene. It made no fucking sense. There was really no background behind it. And I don't think I mentioned this. Yeah, I don't think I did mention the whole Jamal PTSD. He went to the PTSD meeting, actually. And we meet a new character who's a soldier. His name is Philip, and he's the head of it. And he tells Jamal that, you know what, you still haven't recovered from it. It's understandable that you're a star. And as a star, the world sees everything you do and how you handle it. Jamal's like, you know what, I'm cool. I think I'm over it, all that stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see how their relationship evolves. And another thing I liked, damn, it's funny how when you actually, before you end the review, there's so many scenes that come to your mind. But yeah, whatever. And the Jamal Frida thing, which was a very powerful scene, was Jamal talking to Frida, and Frida's all saying, yo, I haven't heard Jamal track. What's happening? And Jamal seems to have like a PTSD reoccurrence with the whole thing with Frida shooting him. And he says, it's all your fault. It's because of you. And he's like afraid to even be in her presence. He's scared. He tells the guards to take her away. And Frida's like, what's good, Jamal? What's up, homie? You know, they just take her away and shit. You know? But yeah. Damn, there's very few things. Yeah. I, I liked every episode, but those are like the top four. I mean, I liked every scene. I liked pretty much everything this episode, but the top four that I mentioned, I especially liked, obviously. And yeah, I only disliked the Tiana and Graham thing. It's kind of stupid if you ask me. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Like the video if you can. Subscribe to my channel. Rest of the comment down below. And once again, this is your boy Josh Vision. I hope you guys have an excellent day. Peace.